po, ano, yung date ng last presidential decree na nagbigay ng strict confidentiality is November 21, 1977. 1977.
At nakikita niyo po, Congressman, na bago matapos ang 15th Congress ay may isang batas na.
Sana, no, para maiwasan yung ganung absurd na situation. Pero parang pili tayo maibabalik talaga doon sa naging desisyon po ng ating mga maestrado dito sa impeachment court na lahat po ng mga kaso, no, pinag-usapan po ni Senator Miriam, ang lahat ng kaso na minention niya, particular po yung salvation, talagang paulit-ulit po namin sinasabi yon. Hindi dahil pinag-usapan po yung ratio decidendi, yung obiter dictum, ito hindi po maintindihan ng maraming tao. Pero ang importante po dito is we simply follow the same line of argument of the Supreme Court when in spite of the fact na sinabi ng batas na may absolute prohibition on examination and disclosure of foreign currency deposits, still the Supreme Court came up with an exception, and for a very important reason. What we're simply saying is that the impeachment, based on what we have also discovered on accounts that the Chief Justice has not denied, and in fact has effectively admitted with the filing of the TRO, which the PS Bank President has also confirmed to exist. Nandyan na po yan eh. Nakaumang na ho, nag-aantay na po tayo lahat. We feel like that the impeachment process, what si Congressman Tupas was trying to say is that while the Salvation case will obviously not be on all fours because that involved a rape case, necessarily, still the court came up with an exception despite the absolute prohibition. So yun din po ang sinasabi namin. Kung ang Korte Suprema nakapag-desisyon na pwede pala may exception kahit sabi sa batas na wala, sinasabi namin sa Senado na pwede rin silang mag-exercise nito. And in fact, the Senate already did when it issued the subpoena. Ang amin lang pong kinababahala, bagamat sabi nga po natin, kaliwat kanan po yung debate, hindi po natin malaman minsan kung tayo po'y nakikinig, magagaling po lahat ng ating mga senador. Madidinig po natin yung mga US cases dahil sa totoo lang, wala po tayong jurisprudence pagdating sa impeachment cases. Ang concern lang po namin is, hindi ko kaya yung Senado sa araw na ito ay effectively isinuko niya yung karapatan ng Supreme Court na i-review ang mga desisyon ng impeachment court. Ito ba ay pagsaludo lamang nila o ito'y pag-acknowledge pagdating sa isang provisional remedy pagdating ng TRO na ito na final ng PS Bank o kaya yung TRO na ipina-file ngayon ni Chief Justice? Kailan po ito hinto? Kailan po natin kikilalanin ng Senado? Ngayon, kinikilala po nila. Paano po pag magkaroon ng TRO on the certiorari proceedings of the Chief Justice, which is about to be heard by the Supreme Court? What if the Supreme Court says in that, because that petition, tandaan po natin, the petition of the Chief Justice does not only seek a temporary restraint, it seeks to set aside and annul the entire proceedings. So paano po pag nag-issue ng TRO patungkol po doon? Ang base po ng certiorari na yon is mali po ang verification, isang bagay na desisyonan na mali po ang pag-apply ng rules of evidence dito ng ating Senado. At pangatlo, ay tila may pagkiling po at hindi mapigilan ng ating mga pinuno sa Senado yung pagkakaroon o kawalan ng disiplina sa ating korte. Yun po ang tatlong basihan ng kanilang certiorari proceedings. Now, the Senate Impeachment Court today, by a slim vote, effectively recognized the TRO. The TRO has no period. We don't even know until when. We will wait until the Supreme Court decides on it. And until such time, we are forced and compelled to follow it. Now, what happens if another TRO is issued on the petition of the Chief Justice, which effectively is based on setting aside and declaring all the proceedings starting from December 12 all the way to January 16 until today as being null and void? So yun po yung parang pangamba natin na parang sinabi nga po ni Kong Erin kanina that this is really a trial balloon. This particular TRO is a trial balloon for another TRO which the Supreme Court might actually issue on the petition of the Chief Justice. Now, will the Senate be hard-pressed to recognize that too? Because today it recognized the TRO on foreign currency deposit prohibition or secrecy. Yun po yung parang katanungan namin. But be that as it may, we accept the decision of the Senate because we recognize that it is a political process. In the end, it is a question of how they interpret the law, they interpret jurisprudence, and they interpret the arguments raised before it.
Sir, sabi ng defense kanina, hintayin na lang daw po na mag-present sila ng evidence kasi possible naman na doon nila ilabas yung mga dollar account ni CJ.
Well, inulit rin naman po ni Attorney Roy po yan nung siya po ay kino-cross-examine o kini-question po ni Senator Drilon, no? Dahil yun ay base sa kanilang press conference kahapon. So ang tanong nga, dahil nga hindi nga natin alam, no, kailan ito mangyayari. At sana sa mas madaling panahon mangyari nga po ito. Dahil simple lang naman ang humingi. Ano ba yung katotohanan? Kung $10 lang po ang laman, bakit pa ho nila pinipigil yung paglabas ng katotohanan? $200, $300, $1,000. No? So it helps ease also the anxiety of the public, no, in their search for truth. Parati nga nila sinasabi, bugbog raw sila sa public dahil hindi pa sila pinagbibigyan ng panahon ng kanilang pagbigay ng ebidensya po nila. Pero ang tanong nga kung gusto nilang ilabas yung ebidensya para makita yung katotohanan, hindi naman namin sila pinipigil tungkol dito
Sir, on another thing, ano po yung opinion niyo tungkol sa manner of questioning kanina ni Senator Santiago na para bang batang nakabasag ng pinggan kanina si Congressman Tubas kung sermonan? Ano ba? Is that something that you take? Okay na sa inyo yun?
Parang mas mabait siya today kaysa sa nung nawala siya. But let's not forget, naging profesora kasi ho si Senator Santiago, naging huwes din po. So, very common yung ganong klaseng line of questioning. Apparently, hindi naman pinapersonal ni Congressman Tupas.
You don't feel na parang she's belittling your capability pagka yung ganon? Anong grade 3?
Well, that situation only stresses how difficult it is when you're there. So for many of us who freely criticize, the individuals who take who have the courage and temerity to be there, it's so unpredictable. It's like I said, it's a political process. Sometimes, of course, we appeal for just regular and ordinary decorum, that people are not belittled or at least that are treated in a decent manner. In the end, I think it's the public who will make a decision on how these proceedings are being conducted, whether by the individual senators or by the Senate as a whole. Well, let me just say that if he was my brother, I wouldn't, yeah. Yeah, it's well, we depend on this. We depend on the Senate President's ability to conduct these hearings in a manner that is befitting for all the participants who are here today, with due recognition that this is a constitutional process. But like I said, if he were my brother, I would really feel bad for him.
Dennis Amito po from Bongo Radio. Sir, kanina nag-sorry na po yung defense sa pamamagitan po ni Attorney Jude Roy. Sa palagay niyo po ba sapat yung kanilang pag-sorry doon po sa naging actuation nila during the press conference nung Sunday po?
Well, sa tingin ko naman, nagsalita rin naman ng impeachment tribunal po dyan. At merong motion si Senator Trillanes para humingi ng paliwanag mula sa Defense Council. Iwanan na lang po natin sa impeachment tribunal kung ano yung magiging parusa, kung meron man, ang ipapataw ng impeachment tribunal tungkol dito sa ginawa nilang press conference na para sa amin, syempre, nagulat lahat po kami dahil that was a serious and malicious charge which affects the integrity of the impeachment tribunal.
Dagdag doon sa sinabi ni Deputy Speaker, Unang